What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tracy, and today we're going to be discussing a few of the burning questions that I know we've all had about the latest episodes of From. Right now, we're kind of gearing up for episode 5, and episode 5 is titled Lullaby. The description goes, Sarah must face the music as word of her return spreads through town. Victor and Jade strike an unlikely bargain. So, just from the title alone, this brings me to my very first question. And the question is Sarah going in the effing box? Per Boyd, nobody else is going in the effing box. So I can't wait to tune in and see how everything unravels, like how everything goes down. Right now, I have a lot of people that I see online. They're like, Sarah needs to go in the box. She deserves to go in the box. And then you have the other half of the Fromville community that's saying, no, she's too valuable. She was manipulated, or, other things are going on behind the scenes that you guys don't know of. She doesn't need to go in the box. She's valuable. She's useful. So I'm with that other half. I don't think Sarah should go in the box. And I think Boyd's going to stand in the way, and he's going to make sure that she survives. So I don't really know how that's going to look. Maybe he makes a little makeshift jail inside of the post office and he keeps an eye on her himself while he tries to figure things out. Or maybe he gives her a talisman and lets her live off at the edge of the town by herself, like he offered the guy from season 1 who lost his wife and daughter. He was responsible because he didn't nail the window shut, so the little girl was fooled by the monster, and monster flew through the window, killed her and the mom. Remember that episode? So he offered the father, I forget his name, but he offered the father a chance to still survive, but he'd have to go to the edge of the forest. And there was a little shack. I think it was that same shack that he had Sarah held up in before they went on their little journey into the woods. But maybe he'll offer her that. A lot of people are saying that if she goes in the box, she's not going to die. And that could very well be an option. They could put her in the box just so it could get us all scared and, thinking Sarah's going to go. It's the end of the road for Sarah. But they might just disregard her. I think if she goes in the box, they're either, 1, they're not going to pay her attention, or 2, someone's going to come to her rescue. So either somebody's going to make a dash to get in there and hang up a talisman, or maybe somebody will get her out of there and get her into a house. I'm not completely sure, but I don't think Sarah's going to go. One other thing that I noticed about this is all the episodes, for the rest of the season, leading all the way up until season 10, they don't mention Sarah anywhere in any of the descriptions. But I think that could be like a Jedi mind trick or something. I think they could be trying to throw us off so that we are on the edge of our seats with this whole Sarah and the decision on whether or not she goes in the box. So I, for one, don't think she's going in the box. If she goes into the box, she's not going to die. So on to question number 2. Number 2 question is Boyd healed of Parkinson's? And if so, was it the worms or was it the spider bites? I'm going with the spider bites. I've seen a lot of people saying, it's the worms, or they're calling them blood worms, but they're saying, it's the worms. I'm going for the spider bites. And this is why. Because they were trekking through the forest earlier in the day. It was a night when he got bit by those spiders, or when he was bitten. So he still went through the rest of that day, and then he started getting worse. He lost his strength. He couldn't hold the backpack anymore. Sarah kind of had to hold it. He was falling, fumbling. And then, of course, it starts raining because they're building a freaking tower, trying to communicate with somebody. So it starts raining. And Sarah's doing everything in her power to motivate him, to talk him into getting up. And you pretty much see he's depleted. So she finally gets him to, after the boy in white gives her some advice, and he's like, hey, get in the tree, whatever. They get in the tree, or she puts him in the tree, and that's the end of it. That's the end of the episode pretty much for Boyd. We come to season 2 and we find Boyd still trapped. The tree sent him to like a well. So in that well, he seems to be fine. The spider bites, they're not bothering him anymore. He's completely fine. He makes the first attempt to climb up the well. After that doesn't work, he hears Martin's voice, and then all of a sudden, magically, a rope is let down. I don't know how that happened still, but the rope's let down, and he uses this rope to climb all the way up. You even hear Martin say, I didn't think you were going to make it because that's a long climb. So he climbed all the way up. Then once he got to the top, he actually had to like use his hands to like prop himself up and lift himself out of the well. So he seemed pretty strong to me, he seemed pretty healthy. So that's why I say the spider bites is what cured him. Now, the bloodworms, there's something totally different. The bloodworms are going to do something extra. I feel like they're going to give him some kind of immunity when it comes to the monsters. Maybe they can't really see them or detect them like that. And it'll probably give him some extra visions or some insight like Sarah's getting. Who knows? But the bloodworms or the worms are totally not the cause of Parkinson, of him being cured of the Parkinson's. If you think otherwise, or how about this? You tell me what you think and you put it in the comments below. Change my mind. Make me believe otherwise. So the next question that I had was about Randall. So Randall is the new bad boy in town. And the question is, what's going to happen with Randall on this bus? What's going to happen with them? We see Donna, she's like this badass, and she's not putting up with his stuff anymore. So she walks, after she puts an axe through the wall, she walks him out of Colony House all the way down to town and pretty much tells him, this is your new home. This is where you're going to be. You'll be front row and center. You can see what's really happening. She tells him he's not the smartest. I don't know what she said. Did she say the sharpest crayon or the brightest bulb in the box or something? But either way, she pretty much called him dumb. And told him that he's going to be spending the night in the bus. And he needed to hang up the talisman because if it hit the floor, it's worthless. It's like a rock now. So I don't know if anyone noticed, but in the trailer for season 2, you see Randall on the bus. And at first I thought when it was going so fast, you see the grandma monster from episode 1. But then you see another monster on the other side. I just thought they were like switching from one scene to the next. And like at first, maybe he had his shirt on and then maybe they got him in they woke him up again while he was sleeping. That's why he had the white beater on. But I stopped it. I think, and the skin looked darker. So I think that's Ellis on the bus with him. Why Ellis would be on the bus with him, I have no clue what loyalty Ellis would have to this guy or why he would be on that bus. I don't know. So maybe Ellis gets stuck out somewhere and last minute Randall hails him in like, hey, come in here. I got a talisman. I don't know. But it looks like it's 2 of them on the bus. Now, I don't really think anything's going to happen to Randall, but I think maybe that was a little bit of foreshadowing. She was like, I'm going to give you front row, like a front row seat to what really happens, what really goes on here. So if everybody's locked up safe and sound in their houses, what is he going to see? He just see these things roaming around, like knocking on doors and talking creepy to people. So I really think something's going to go down in this episode. Not sure what it is. And of course, they're going to be harassing him. You see the old lady. She's on one side of the door or one side of the bus. And then you turn to the other side and you see this other monster that's like, he plops his hand on the window. But a lot of people were saying, oh, they're going to rock the bus over and the talisman is going to fall. I don't think so. I feel like when the talisman is up, it pretty much makes it really hard for the monsters to manipulate the whatever it is that the talisman is guarding. So say, for instance, in season 1, when the Matthews, or it wasn't the Matthews family, but it was the father. Oh my God, how am I forgetting this guy's name? It was the father, Boyd, Christy, Jim. Oh my God, you would think I'm not into this show. I couldn't even remember Jim, but it was Jim and it was all of them and it was Ethan. When they were inside, If the things are strong enough, you think they can't rock a camper? So they're going to rock a charter bus, but they can't rock a camper. I feel like they could have rocked that camper over if that was the case, and the talisman could have fallen. So if they can't do that for the camper, if they didn't do that for the camper, I don't think they're going to do that for the van. But I definitely think something's going to go down, and Randall's going to be there to witness it. And who knows? Maybe it could be Sarah going in the box and getting destroyed by these things. I don't know. But once again, I don't think Sarah's going in the box. But I think Randall's just going to have a rough night, and that's going to be an eye-opener for him. And then maybe next time Donna tells his ass to do something, he's going to do it. So, those are pretty much the questions that I had. The only other question that I have right now, because I'm not going to hold you guys longer, like make this a super long video, is what's going to happen for what's up with the Brundles. That's what it was. Ethan's been screaming about the Lake of Tears all in last season, and then one of the first things that Elgin asked for is a body of water. Like, do you guys have a body of water? And then you have Fatima, who always wants to, be everybody's proxy. You have Fatima that goes out and she shows him the pond. And interesting enough, you would think that she would ask him more questions, but she just kept going on and running her mouth off. And I'm like, he looks like he genuinely would tell you something if you just be quiet. But I'm thinking the Brundles or that body of water, or is some body of water there. Maybe it's not the Brundles, but he's just asking, do you guys have a body of water? I'm thinking that's going to be their way out, possibly. So I don't know if you guys remember, but when Tabitha and Victor were down in the caves, like when they first got there after she'd broken through the floor of her home, he was pretty much telling her that this is where the monsters live. They do drawings too. And then you see this cave or what looks like it could be a cave. And you see all of these drawings. And I saw it was like on the left side of the wall, there were people, and it was like 2 or 3 to a little boat, and they were floating on water. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so we're talking about a body of water. We've got people in boats, and they're going somewhere like upstream or something. Then not only that, but if you remember also in the episode, this was season 2 as well, in the episode where Ethan and Jade were inside of Victor's room, as soon as they went in there was a picture hanging up on a wall that Victor had drawn, and it had a boat floating on water, but underneath you saw these dark shadowy figures, which is Victor's way of describing what the monsters look like. So you see all of this, and I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, so the monsters are going to be in the water at some point, and people are going to be on boats. So I don't know if like Victor draws this stuff from past experience, or, well, I know he draws some of it from past experience, does he draw all of it from past experience? Or are some of the things he's drawing, are these things that are going to happen in the future as well? Either way, I think that the Brundles is definitely going to be a possible way out, or a way to maybe like another portion of the town that they're in. Maybe they'll get to like a new level. So I'm kind of excited to see where that goes. And I think maybe episode 6, we may see something about that. I don't know. I know episode 6, we've all heard it. It's supposed to be like a lot of drama going on. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the wedding, or they're going to be gearing up for the wedding of Fatima and Ellis. So I'm excited to take a look and see how that goes down. But I did want to give you guys just a little tidbit. At the end of every video that I do, I'm going to throw something out there that I don't know if anyone else caught. So on the bus, the smile monster attacked this older couple, remember? And originally when you see that scene, you see the older guy and he has on like a blazer. He has on a black blazer. Now, when Bacta comes in the morning and she discovers them, the guy is laying on the floor and the woman is in she's still in the seat with like her chest cavity exposed. This guy does not have on his jacket. I can't find his jacket in the scene. If you guys see it, like, please let me know. But right now, I can't find the jacket. So I'm starting to wonder, like, are the monsters taking souvenirs? And that's why you saw the bicycle, the dummy, the suitcase, all of that stuff down in the caverns, like underneath Tabitha's house. Or I don't know. Is that how they get their apparel? I don't know. But I thought that was strange. Now, another strange thing that I thought I noticed, and I could be wrong once again, but on the bus scene with Randall, the guy, there was the old lady monster, and then there was a guy. I don't think I've ever seen this guy monster. I think that's a brand new monster. And right now, like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but my imagination runs really wild. So in my mind, I'm thinking, what if that is, what was his name? The guy's body that has not shown up yet. His name is Brian. He was the boyfriend of Kelly, the one that had the pole stuck in her head, the iron rod stuck in her head. So we've yet to see his body. I think everybody that the monsters killed so far, we've seen the body. We've seen the aftermath. But for some reason, we never got to see him. So I'm like, did they turn him into a monster? Did they give him the blazer from the old guy to give him something old-timey to wear? I don't know. So with that being said, we are all that we have in this From universe. So please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. What's your theories? Share as much as you can. Let's put this whiteboard up and have this town hall meeting that we've all been talking about and get the hell up out of here.